Hey guys, this is Bladerunner 404 coming to you with another comic haul video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys some books that I recently picked up. They include online purchases, some purchases I made at a local comic shop, as well as a local con I attended last weekend. So here we go. The first set of books you see, I ordered these on Midtown, and this is Rags #1. I know it's a pretty hot book right now in the secondary market, and I think it's still doing pretty well. But got 3 copies there. And speaking of hot books, I'm sure everyone is familiar with these books. So I haven't read the book yet, but I've heard lots of good things about it. And watching some of the other videos other YouTubers have done. I understand that the artwork inside is tremendous. The writing and the storytelling is also really good, and so I'm looking forward to reading it. But I got cover A and the cover B, the Jim Lee cover. And I think these are, I don't know, online, these are doing pretty ridiculous right now. 50 plus for a book that just came out last Wednesday, so pretty crazy. Alright, these next group of books are books that I picked up at a local shop, and this might be my new honey hole. This is my second time going to this particular shop, and each time I've found some good books there. And these next stack of books that I'm going to show you guys, I got each of these books for $1. So, first book, Nameless #1. I know this book was hot for a while when the news dropped, or I guess people were specking on a potential movie. I'm not exactly sure what it's doing now, but I didn't have a copy before, so pretty cool to pick it up for $1. This is Revival #1, the Jenny Frison cover, and I actually been looking to purchase this book. I was looking at a slab copy online, but it didn't, I don't know, I wasn't willing to pay the kind of money I guess the person was asking for, so, but I'm glad to have a copy. This is DC Action Comics, $5.95. I think this is the first Silver Banshee. I've seen other YouTubers show this book, so. This is Teen Titans #21. And it's the first appearance of, actually there's multiple first appearances in this book. It's Brother Blood, Mother Mayhem, Baron Winters, and I think it's a cameo of the Monitor. So with all the speculation going on now with movies and first appearances, I figured it was a good book to pick up with the multiple first appearances. So. This is Teen Titans 24, and this has the first appearance of, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. It's X-Hall. It's X''Hal. I think that's how you pronounce that name, but first appearance. And then this is Teen Titans 26, first appearance of Terra. And then ran into a run of Flash books, and so this is Flash 170. Now, I thought this was the first appearance of Cicada, but in checking out the Key Comic Collector app, the app mentions that this is not the first appearance. Actually, this is the Cicada's, the character Cicada is mentioned in this book, but it doesn't make an appearance in this book, so. And then 171 is the first cameo of Cicada. And then 172 is the first full appearance. Let's do this. And 174, first Tar Pit. 175, The First Race. 181, and this is the first appearance of the Trickster. And then the last issue of the Flash run that I found, 238, and that's the first appearance of Spin. Alright, this is Gambit number 1. I've got multiple copies of this book, but you know, I was gonna leave it there for $1. So I don't have the gold variant, and really that was what I was hoping to find, but either way, I'm happy to have it. Uncanny X-Men 221, the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. I think this is the first full appearance of Mr. Sinister, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's see. Moon Knight, actually this is Mark Spector Moon Knight, number 60. I believe this is the last issue of this run, and so, I don't know, I think the book itself sells for $10.15 online. Silver Surfer number 1, this is the first issue of that run. This is the X-Men, is it X-Men Annual 14? I think this is the first cameo of Gambit. So, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 1. Yeah, the book itself is kind of damaged, but for $1, why not? New Mutants 100. It's the first appearance of X-Force. Amazing Spider-Man 529. This is the first appearance of the, what is it, the Iron Spider suit. Yep. X-Factor number 5, the first cameo of Apocalypse. And again, this book is not in mint shape. It does have a crease running across, but for $1, I couldn't leave it there. And then X-Factor number 6, the first full appearance of Apocalypse. So I didn't have either one of these books, and I know this book was super hot before the movie came out, and it's cooled down significantly. So it's good to have, you know, a holder for now. I'm actually looking for a better copy, but I was happy to find these books while I was at this shop. But the book that I was the happiest to find was this book here. And that's the Amazing Spider-Man 606. The J. Scott Campbell cover. The other two covers that come, I guess, almost like a set, the run there with the J. Scott Campbell, I didn't have those two. But I was happy to find this book here for $1. So, cool book. All right. And then these next group of books here, well, before I show you these books, so I'm getting ready to go to the Baltimore Comic-Con at the end of this week, or actually end of next week, and my goal has been to not make any major purchases. Really the idea was I wanted to save some money so that I could go to Baltimore and be able to find some books that I've been looking for. So that was the idea, or the plan, I guess, but that kind of went by the wayside. Went to a local con here and made some purchases, but I'll show you guys. So, alright. So, these aren't the major purchases, obviously, but these are, this was a purchase I made from a vendor. So, this is New Mutants number 2, and this is another book that has multiple first appearances. In this book, you got the first appearance of Hellion, Anole, Mercury, and Wallflower, and then it's also a Joshua Middleton cover. So I've got multiple copies of this book, but whenever I see it, I pick it up. And actually, I got this for $0.25. So this was in the quarter bin. The next few books that you'll see. So, all right. I can't remember whose video I was watching, but they were talking about this book, Spirit of Vengeance, and I think it's a set of books that, and you can see down here, it's Ghost Rider 28, Spirit of Vengeance 1, Morbius 1, Darkhold 1, Night Stalker 1, and Ghost Rider 31. So, I figured why not for a quarter, so, yep. The Incredible Hulk Annual number 19. This is the first appearance of Lazarus. And this is Captain America number 8. And I'm trying to remember. I think this is the first appearance of Baron Char. And he's supposed to be in the new movie, the Captain Marvel movie, as a member of the Star Force. And so I got it for a quarter. Alright, and then this I actually got from the same vendor, but the vendor had these books color coded, so if you got a yellow sticker on there, these books were $2 a piece. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 256, the first appearance of Puma. This is Amazing Spider-Man 222, and this is the first appearance of Speed Demon, easy for me to say, formerly the Wizard. This is X-Men 166. This is the first appearance of Lockheed, and this is a book that I have multiple copies of, but for $2. And then this book here is this is X-Men 213, and this is actually the second battle between Wolverine and Sabretooth. But what I didn't know was that this is also a cameo appearance of Mr. Sinister, so it's a good book to have. I got it for $2. Alright. And then this stack here is from a different vendor from the Comic-Con. And essentially I got all of these books for $25. So this is Daredevil 323. I don't think there's any significance to this book, but it bears a resemblance to the Hans variant that came out earlier this year. And so I thought it was a cool cover. This is Captain America 34, the first Bucky as Captain America. New Avengers 27. This is where Clinton Barton becomes Ronin. This is Incredible Hulk 418. I think this is the first cameo appearance of Talos, and he's actually supposed to be in the new movie as well, in Captain Marvel. So, and then this is 419, the first full appearance of Talos, Incredible Hulk. Yep. And then this is a book that I've actually been looking for. I have a copy of it that that I got graded, but I'm actually looking to get a higher grade. This is Incredible Hulk 449, the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. And as you guys can see, the vendor was selling it for $25, and so essentially I paid $25 for the book, and then the rest of the books in the pile or the stack I got for free. So. Alright, and let me see here. Alright, so this stack of books I got from a vendor, and actually the prices on this stack of books is not correct. The vendor had all these books in a long box, and essentially he was selling them all for $1. So every book you see, except for the last couple, I think, I got for $1. So this is X-Man number 1, first appearance of X-Man. And I got 2 copies of that for $1. Alright. This is Mighty Avengers 1. And this is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau as the Spectrum. So I've actually you know, with the new movie with Monica Rambeau, I thought it was a good spec book. So anyway, I got 2 copies here for $1. So this is Miss Marvel number 12, and this is actually the first appearance of the Red Dagger. And there was an article on CBSI about the rookie class of, I guess it was either 2016 or 2017, but they were listing all the first appearances from that year. And I know they had mentioned Red Dagger as a promising character, so, and especially with Kamala Khan being popular, not a bad spec book, and for $1, why not? So I got 2 copies of that. All right, and this is Totally Awesome Hulk number 15, and this is actually the first appearance of the Protectors, and actually they're not named the Protectors in the book in this issue, but they appear on the cover, and they appear prominently within the actual comic book itself. So, yep. And let's see, did I get? Yep, I also got 2 copies of that. And then, actually, these next 2 books I got from a different vendor. So these books weren't $1, but this is Venom number 24, and this is the first issue where I think Venom has wings. And so I got that book, and then I also got this book. This is Brother Voodoo number 1, and actually I've been looking for this book. Let's center this a little bit better. All right, I've been actually looking for this book, and the graded copies I were looking at were, I guess, more than what I was willing to pay. I know that this is a character that, you know, some people are expecting that potentially could appear in a Doctor Strange movie, and so, but the guy had he had a price for $15 along with the Venom book. And so I got him down to 10 for the both, and so I got this book plus the Venom book for $10 a piece. But really, the reason why he gave me such a good deal on these books was because I made some other purchases that I'm getting ready to show you guys here in a few minutes. So, all right, but I got this book. It's not in the best of shape. It's got a crease here in the corner, but I don't have a copy of it, so it's a good book to have in the collection. All right, and then these were the big purchases that I wasn't planning on making when I went to this convention. Actually, I wanted to kind of dig around some long boxes and see if I can find some dollar or quarter finds, and that was going to be it. And then I ended up running into a vendor that I knew, and he had some books there, and I actually been looking, or have been looking for these books, and so when I saw it, I just jumped on it, and so I'll just show you. So this is the all-new Wolverine, number 2, the Lopez variant, and this is the first appearance of Gabby. And as you guys can see, the vendor friend of mine, he had a priced at $250, and this book is actually in really great shape. The corners are super sharp. There's no visible spine ticks. There is one little, I don't know, soft corner, I guess, on the bottom there that could potentially keep it from a 9.8, so maybe it's a 9.6. But other than that, the book is in fantastic shape. So, but anyway, he had the book priced for $250. We were negotiating, and typically what I do is I try to bundle and see if I can get a discount. So I saw a different book that I wanted, and so this was the other book. So Amazing Spider-Man 300, you guys all know this is the first appearance of Venom. So he had a price for $350 along with $250. So the 2 books combined, I paid $450. I wish I could have got him talked down to $400, and I would have felt better about it. I don't think they were horrible deals. I think they were fair. Now this Amazing Spider-Man 300 is not, you know, a 9.6 or a 9.8. It's probably more going to be in the lines of a VF Plus, maybe a VF Near Mint with the press. So I'm thinking about a 9.0. So I don't know. I think it was a fair deal, and it's my second copy. So so yeah. So got these two books. Yep. So happy to have these. And then as I was walking out, my vendor friend said, "Hey, there's another guy, another vendor up there. He has a book." Originally he told me he thought it was a 9.0, but after a closer look, we discovered some flaws in it. So the book he was talking about was this book. Here, let's center this. Incredible Hulk 180. You guys all know this is the cameo appearance of the Wolverine. And so at first glance, the book presents really, really well. But I noticed something in looking at the book. It's got a crease running all the way down. Obviously it's been pressed out, so it looks really well. But that, I'm sure that crease is going to affect, that crease is going to affect grade. So I don't know, maybe thinking like a 6.0 maybe, 5 maybe. I don't know how much CGC will deduct for a crease that runs all the way down the book. The book itself looks really good. There is a little issue going on there, but I don't know. I have a copy of this book, but I feel like this is a very underrated book, especially with Hulk 181 getting out of reach for most folks. I feel like this is the book that people will gravitate to in order to get a copy of a book that they can afford, and having a character that they want, which is the Wolverine. So, all right, and so he had this book, and originally he had this book priced at $350. We were negotiating the price, and again, I was trying to find a combo deal, and so I asked him about this book. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 129, and as you guys all know, this is the first appearance of the Punisher. This is my second copy of this book, and this book itself is probably going to be a similar grade to the copy that I have. I have a 5.5. Got some issues going on right here at the edge. But otherwise, the color looks really good. It's a clean copy. But I'm thinking probably 6.0. Maybe a 6.5, but it's probably more going to be in the lines of a 5.5 or a 6. But the guy had this, he had it priced at $800 for Amazing Spider-Man 129, and again he had the Incredible Hulk price for $350. So he was asking $1,050 for both, and I talked him down, and I got both books for $800. And so I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you. I think in the long run, I'll be okay. I don't think they're bad purchases. I mean, they're both mega keys, highly desirable books. And so I think I'll be fine. But I would have felt better if I could have just paid maybe somewhere along the lines of $700 for both. But he wasn't willing to come down to $700. So, but yep, that's it, guys. So that's my haul. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna be going to the Baltimore Comic-Con at the end of next week, and so I'm hoping to pick up some key books that I've been looking for. I've always heard Baltimore is a great con for comic book collectors, both buyers and sellers, and so hoping it's a good trip. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and show these books off to you guys so that I can go ahead and store them away. And hopefully I'll have some books that I have picked up from Baltimore after next week that I can show you guys. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for checking out my video, and see you guys next time.